right? They're always thought to be man of the cloth, or you supposed to be a man of God.
Yeah, I realize
blah, 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 blah. But a lot of these cats got a lot of shit with them.
No, facts.
A lot
You
of
be concentrating there, yeah, because you done messed up. Hit 10 girls in a year in a row.
Or hitting a dude.
Or dudes.
Or dude.
That go crazy in the church, man.
And you're not wrong with nothing that you're saying. My separation from it actually stems from my father. Because, he was one of them guys when, to this day, God love, Jesus love, all that, and yet you doing everything opposite of it. It's like, bro, you're my first hero. In the sense of things, you were never around. There's all these other things, and every time you did good, you gave God glory, right? Every time you started messing up, God can give me back. And it's like, bro, he keep failing with you.
No, that's interesting.
Keep dropping the phone.
That's what
We'll explain.
Shout out to the PA.
We gotta reveal our
my head, that weird start. That cool.
I've never felt the wind whip through myself.
Yeah, like, what's in you?
Yeah.
That's what it is. Don't let it be summertime.
I'm not going to listen. Welcome back to another episode of the You Weren't There podcast. I'm your host, Abby was here. As you can see, we started talking a little bit. Cameras got it running. That's the way it works sometimes on here, man. Like, and that's the vibe that we always want to create. We want people to feel comfortable with just talking, with just being themselves. And we have done that today. So we're going to bring y'all in. So what we already talking about, man. Like, I don't even care. First of all, you really feel the wind whip through your shit.
Yes,
like,
yes,
take that over.
Yes. So, like, because we still,
like, crazy. Like,
feel like we're not moving. So, like,
so you said that, like, the senses of.
Yeah, so it's like you'll feel the movement on the air. Kind of like this.
This is the one time math counts. Now you know what aerodynamics is like.
Wow.
So if you ever see a cat with a ball head, he always got someone's head.
Let me ask you a question, Wayne. Age-wise, when did you cut it completely off? When did you say, okay, this time? What was the age?
41, about 36.
It took you to 36.
Took me to 36.
When did you notice that shit was like slipping?
29.
You knew at 29 that shit was slipping, and it took you to 36. So you knew
I cut my locks off at 29, and I still tried to get the cool people haircuts. Because they was spongy shit.
I
tried to sponge my shit, and that's when I realized how much forehead I got, because I didn't know how much forehead I had. And I sponged it, and that shit was like back here, because you see that?
Yeah.
You see the ratio? Yeah. No, bro, I looked at my high school senior picture. Only had a 3-finger eyebrow to hairline ratio now. I got the whole hand, man, palm press. Yeah, and the way you keep saying damn like that, no one down. Oh God, I should just make it like that.
No, it's just, I'm really like, this is what we were talking about, guys. Like, honestly, and I think we gotta go ahead and just get into it, right? Like we're gonna let them do their introductions at the end, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we'll get into that later. But legitimately speaking, I think that men hold on to that shit for so long. And the truth is, as a woman, it makes you look terrible. First of all, it makes you look older. Is the first thing. That's the first thing, right? Like, being bald, I know, like, I see the emotional attachment, and I get it. Like, as a woman, if I like lost all my hair, like, I would feel the way too, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So, I really do like resonate. I understand. I mean, I don't, but I understand.
That was
I'm sorry. For real. Like, what does it take for you to say to yourself, this doesn't look good anymore?
You gotta have a come to Jesus movement. You gotta be like,
gotta stop playing,
He
mama.
was going before he picked up tablet, man. And it just pressed play. He's like, day after day. He just start shaming it.
I'm tired. Like,
yeah.
I'm not looking at that shit. Like, it's so many men. Like, I look at them and I'm just like, you so handsome. You can just cut it, like, because also like that shows your confidence too. Like,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Like, I love like a nice bald man, nice faded beard, well trimmed, yeah, stuff, yeah. He's married, so like,
I'm not.
relax. He's married.
You know, I'm free.
You know,
We all have friends now.
look at
Like,
the
we be
difference.
friends.
That's how you know.
But no, I just got this one done now.
Yeah.
This one good now.
I got my shit done yesterday.
That's what I'm saying. Like, wow.
You know what it is?
What is it?
I'm gonna tell you. Like, I feel like honestly, I feel like for so many men, I truly believe this. Right? I think a lot of men miss something in not having a woman who can kind of like add things as far as like just personal appearance.
There's not even wrong with
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
Hell
So I
no.
really love like on a beard, the fade at the top. You gotta like fade it
Yeah,
in.
it can't just be.
It can't just be
Yeah,
on the
stop,
hair.
stop, stop. That's why this don't get it. I know it might not be up here if I didn't fade that on that.
That's what I'm saying. Like the fade is so necessary. Like little grooming things like that. But like I really think like so many of our men, and I really think it comes down to like the food. I think it comes down to like, you know what I mean? Like I think that there are factors completely out of our control that are causing a lot of things. But specifically like male pattern baldness. I know guys like are going about bald 25, 26.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Like, and so much of like the way you've seen yourself right up to this point, like it's attached to your hair. Like nobody understands that better than one.
See, I can't lie.
But who's in it?
Coming. I seen it coming. Not just on my head, but I saw my dad. I saw my uncles all on his side of the family. Like everybody, my dad's every male on my dad's side of the
They all
family.
bald.
All them bald butts.
Yeah.
Bald butts out.
Okay.
Every last one.
I feel that. All right. Like
My brother still wear a wave cap for no reason. It's the most weirdest shit I've ever seen in my life. Like, take that shit off. Like, what's meat? Like, you know, I'm talking about meat for some shit. Like, what you trying to do?
That's wild.
that's crazy. Like was Jeff, like what was the age that you were when you decided like, hey,
I was like early 30s, mid 30s.
okay, early
And I tried to grow my shit back because you know the core thing. The whole,
when you did this shit.
I was on my dick,
Cut
cut it all, man. And then when I grew it back, it was damaged. I was like, fuck, yeah.
I really think like it's okay, right? And I think like generally speaking, I'm always curious about the decision, not just to like cut it all off, but like why you wouldn't, like what you're seeing in the mirror versus maybe like.
It's like you care. I can tell you care. I can
I
tell you
think the
care.
psychology behind it.
Because men will never admit it, but we go through like they call it midlife crisis, but we go through a loss of self around
Mhm.
the end of the end of the 30s, going into your 40s. I'm 43,
Right.
And around 36, 37, I was like, oh shit.
Did you start to limit yourself where you at in your life at that age in that moment? Have you start checking off boxes?
Yeah.
Is your family still intact? There's a whole bunch of things that as men we're supposed to already have checked off
Exactly.
at this particular age. Maybe you have a house, you got this, you got all the basic essentials. And sometimes all the boxes might not be checked. Or you didn't had them checked and now they switched. Like I said, I was married once too. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that box was checked. Now I'm back outside and this shit is weird. It's stupid. But no, bro, I'll tell you right now, fix your shit. Anything don't fix it, it is retarded out here. They who got pee in it. And I'm the one pissing. Like I know the problem. But I know the problem. I'm a therapist now. Talk to the lady.
Yeah,
Really working on myself, man, because you don't want to be. I want to take all that old shit and bring it to a new situation. Like, I'm really trying to get to the root of my whole little situation. I realized like I had a lot. I was living in so much chaos.
Mhm.
I thought that shit was normal. So when you bring somebody that's not of the chaos and you bring them into that world, yeah, what's the problem? Like, nigga, everything, like everything, nigga, fix that. So all of that goes into play. If you don't check the boxes off, you're gonna feel away.
Yeah.
Every time you're gonna feel like you just less of, and then you gotta build yourself back up, and it's hard to do that.
This is kind of the root of what I want to get into, though. I think, like, we talk a lot here about that concept of I think that there are a lot of men who feel like there are these hierarchical milestones they have to reach.
Mhm.
And I think men and women alike feel like if you haven't hit these hierarchical milestones by a certain age, then, like, there's, like, a feeling of failure
Mhm.
there that exists, right? For men, I think it's, like, money, is status, is a certain of success, maybe a certain level of power for women. I think, you know, the narrative is like marriage and children.
Right.
And so, like, if you haven't done that by, let's say, like 40, 45, right? How you feeling about yourself now? But I think for me, this is where I think like God really comes into play, right? Because I think like as soon as He made me content with me, as soon as He made me like really like myself, like not tolerate myself,
Yeah, yeah.
because you'll get into these spaces where you're doing that, you're just kind of going through the motions and you're not really seeing progress, but you're seeing just enough to kind of keep you content in the space that you're in, and like it's like nothing is really going wrong, but nothing's really going right either. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're just kind of in this neutral place in your life.
But that's where the real pain set in.
Yeah.
If you really allow it to show you, that's where that real pain set in. And then most of the time when that pain set in, we do things to like not feel numb ourselves.
Yeah.
No, I think that's the point. Like I think this is where I find God to be most valuable. Because I'm not a person that go to church every Sunday. And like I do have some more traditional beliefs, I think, in terms of like how I see God, how I see the structure of it all, how I see like the consequence of it all.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think I'm at a space now where like I know God so well. And I know He knows me so well.
Yeah.
And I'm just past the point of like judging myself based on other niggas' perception.
That's the point.
I'm really like truly, and I mean maybe it comes with like age. Some of it I think is just experience, right? Some of it is like test and trial, is going through a lot of shit, it's getting hurt, like it's being fucked up for a little while over your money now, right? It's like it's going through shit that really make you be like, nah, it's really just me.
Yeah, sure.
And so like I don't give a shit. Like what you think about that? And like
Yeah,
I'm 100% like content. But it took this amount of time to get here.
And that was what's so crazy on what you're saying. Even you didn't make it sound easy. A lot of the times it's easiest. Because everything you just said there, I sat in my grandma's backyard with some crystals in my hands, trying to charge them. Get my root chopper in. I'm trying to do everything. Touch the grass. I'm dead. It's like I was touching when I was going through that divorce. I was trying to figure, everything out because it was all good this week, and now everything is flipped. You know what I'm saying? Now the person you're sleeping with here is no longer. It's a bed by yourself.
Yeah.
Boy, that's a nigga. That's a hard to swallow. You failed the whole little situation. You really get to the minute to dig yourself out of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's what anybody else goes. I'm just speaking on my own. Right. So you really get up out of it. And once I did, it was like, okay, cool. You survived this, but then there's still other things that you got. Now you got to get back to a point of space of loving on yourself because you poured into everybody else.
Right.
Forgot about you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you want to love so hard and you want to make something work, so you forget who the fuck you are sometimes.
Yeah.
Like that was the moment I stopped doing stand up, not because I didn't want to. Just I just wanted to be in the house, be with my family, and all that other stuff, and forget. Like nigga, like you actually got a life, like go do your life. You know what I'm saying? And they respect it.
Yeah, go ahead. Like I think that's where the perception of marriage has gone wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like because of course it's programmed under a religious umbrella, right?
Right.
So it's like you give yourself to this person, that person gives himself to you, y'all one, and all these different type of sayings, but we forget that you're a whole human being and you were a whole human being before you got that person, and you still gonna be a whole human being after. If it's situation.
That's the part that I think people have forgotten. Is like I think experience creates natural bias too. I say that all the time.
Yeah.
And I think like for me, I had an aunt who like got married very late in life. She had been married previously, but you get married again late in life. And within like a month of that marriage, it's like he ended up passing away. And it just for me is like this is devastating.
Right.
But you don't know. Like I think so often we like the way that I look at needing to be like 100% whole with or without a partner, right? With or without my man, like is completely like relevant in every other aspect of my life.
Yeah.
I have to be whole because you don't have to have this like calamity based breakup or divorce and like you're like reconfiguring your whole life. People die.
Yeah.
And you was out here making your whole life about this other person. And they get into a drunk driving accident with some asshole who didn't have enough sense to call an Uber that night.
Right.
And it changes your entire life. I think like so often people are so negative and they look it's like being whole thing. It's like, oh, you know me, like you wouldn't. Like, it's like no, like
No.
niggas die. Like we talking about real life. Like people get sick. Like this shit we eating like cancers everywhere. Like niggas catch cancer like they used to catch AIDS back in the 80s these days. Like this shit is crazy. Like I don't think I've ever in my life seen the cancer risk be this high.
Yeah,
So it's like, no, you need to be okay by yourself. Like not to be prepared to be alone. Because honestly, I think like God loves his people. Like it's somebody for everybody. I believe that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But like I think like people need to be aware of like the necessity of feeling complete.
Not only that, it's a choice.
Yeah.
I can choose to want to be whole, be with somebody, or be by
For
myself,
sure.
and not have no kids or have kids, but
For sure.
I would be okay either way. You know,
Yeah, I think it's okay to be okay either way.
Yeah, what's so crazy is y'all both speaking in the minds of self-awareness, and a lot of people don't have that. That's the issue. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the time, I tell people the hardest conversation you're going to have is the one in the mirror. Period, point blank, bro. That's going to be the hardest one. When you really do have that conversation, you look yourself in the mirror and like, for me, sometimes you have to realize, man, you was a fuck nigga. Like, there was some things that you was just doing some things that you know for a fact if you heard it from somebody else, you need more stand on that.
Right.
But your actions don't match your intention, what you're trying to be. So it's like, no, you got to make those two align first, and then you can really start seeing everything. And that's the hardest part. Is accepting that you was a fuck nigga and that you can be better.
Yeah, I think honestly, like as a woman, I think the result of it is like really how people were raised. This is like, and it doesn't necessarily mean that because you came from like a background that was like much more difficult that you're not gonna be a good person. I know a whole lot of people that only use those hardships to make them into great people. So that's not relevant. Like you get to choose what you become in that.
Yeah.
But like I know a lot of people who like they don't come from an environment where they're meant to be held accountable. They're not coming from love, they come from survival.
Right.
And people tell you what you want to hear because they know they're gonna need something from you later. Like you got a mom who ain't never wanted to work and she been on Section 8 her whole life, and yeah, your dad in the house, but Section 8 make it so that you can't really handle two-parent household, so he's not there all the time. And then you got brothers and sisters, they hungry, they poor. Our mother and our father got these little issues too that tend to happen in these communities, and it's like, you know, I'm not learning how to love from my mom and my dad because they got their own stuff going on. So it's like me and my brothers and my sisters loving on each other, but we don't necessarily know how to do that with kids. So we learning in real time, and the world teaching you too. Right? Like, so it's like it's me, my brothers and my sisters trying to like become the best version of ourselves, even if we don't really understand that. But at the same time, like I got a school teacher who may or may not like me, who may or may not think I'm worth nothing, and who may or may not invest in me. And then you got all these other kids in here being raised in very similar households, and you getting influenced by that too. And all of that amalgamates itself into a person who you desire to call a partner.
I'm having a real epiphany as you're saying that.
No, you're not around this shit. You people are going through real life shit. And all of that is also happening in the midst of trying to show up for your ass. And then you got a partner who like, I would do all that. My mother would drugs, my father would drugs, my brother, my sister ain't never really know how to love each other because we ain't seen that until much later in life. And our habits were kind of already formed at that point. And we don't go to church like that, so we don't know what the source of truth is supposed to be. I'm just like, I didn't show you, but I'm saying all this because I've dated men like this. So like they go through all that, and then now you're trying to show up for me, right?
We don't even know how to recognize that the proper way, bro. Like, bro, we self-sabotage so much because
Self-sabotage.
I was the king of that until maybe about 2 years ago. Dead ass. I was the king of it. Because a lot of the times it's like, why you like, what is really, why are you really like that? It's got nothing to do with her. It's me. It's like, damn, do I love me now? Because what do you see? You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like, it's a lot of more of that than it is the latter. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times niggas do some fuck shit, not because they want to do it. It's just that's what they subconsciously they protect themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like your subconscious doesn't mean motherfucker. Your brain is the most selfish body part you got because it will protect itself and give everything up. Fuck you, fuck your fingers. I need to survive.
Yeah.
Dead ass serious. Real research on that. So with that being said,
Like
so
that's
with that being said, your subconscious will put your ass in a blend. And you know your intentions are pure. You know you want to do this. But if I do this, she actually like me and I don't meet up to the standards that I think she deserves, I'm a fuck myself up.
Yeah.
So why? And you do it again. You come from a place of I don't want to hurt her, but I know I might hurt her. So I'm just going to hit it now. If I really hurt her, I'll do some things to back myself up so I won't fuck her over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that ain't nothing to do with her. That's you.
Yeah.
You gotta pull back to yourself and understand, like, nah, bro, she made that choice because you're a dope motherfucker.
Right.
Like, you're a good person. You know you got that heart. The energy was all there from the jump. Don't change who you are.
as like two men on the opposite sides of this, right?
Mhm.
Steph, how many of like kind of the friends that you surround yourself with are like also like they're single, or like are you like kind of like locked in with the married couples?
Well, my day ones, all of my day ones is married.
Mm.
But we all kind of like we live in different states,
Mm.
kind of living our different lives. But you know, it was like your best friend. Y'all may not talk for amount of months, amount of years, whatever. But every time y'all lock that
You
case,
feel like
you
it's been a way
never
that felt.
exactly. So that's my day ones. Now a lot of the cats that I rock with, that's in the music business or in the music industry or in the local entertainment scene, the DMV, most of them are married, but you would know it. You know, or they got a girlfriend, you would know it. Or there are a small few of couples that are in the industry together.
Mm.
And a lot of single cats. Or it's a lot of married dudes that walk. That's kind of
So, man,
they walk in a fine line. So they got their situation at home, but they got a situation, you know, out here somewhere. But you know, it's damn, I lost my train of thought. But the thing about just if I can just tap back in the way he was talking about the self-sabotage.
Yeah.
Men are not taught to value themselves.
Mm.
Prime example. We'll tell our young boys, yeah, man, you know, you get your little piece, ass, whatever. Make sure you put the condom on, make sure you do your thing, handle your business.
Mm.
But we'll tell our little girls, save yourself for marriage.
Mhm.
But yet we don't tell our boys to save themselves. Right?
I say that very often. Like, shout out to Queen B because she really put that all over that album,
Yeah.
Beyonce. But it's true that like women are trained to desire marriage.
Right.
Men are trained to desire success.
Right.
And so everything to me starts right there.
Exactly. But it's about, but once you understand the value of you, like, just as a human being,
Mhm.
you wouldn't want to give yourself to everybody.
Mhm.
As a man, you wouldn't want to give yourself to everybody.
Oh, so this is safe space.
Yeah.
All right, so look, I just get in my host. Please, I want to say maybe like probably like August.
Mhm.
This past August, I had a whole little.
I have so many questions.
Yeah, please. I had a whole epiphany, right? And I was just saying to myself because there'll be times I could call. I want to make a phone call. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, come through. But then I realized like I'm just these women's tool at this point.
Mhm.
And what's so crazy about it, I know it sounds wild coming from there. You're saying that
Right.
I'm just a piece of work or some shit. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, I in the beginning I put myself out there like that because I didn't want no real attachment, but I still want sophisticality.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, I never lied. I never play no games with nobody's emotions. I think when niggas do that manipulation, it backfires for the simple fact if you just kept a buck 9 times essentially gave you what you want.
Yeah.
I promise you, they on the same type of thing.
It'd be lying for me. Like, it'd be lying for
Yeah, bro. Like, just tell them the truth. Like,
It's lying.
don't rob a woman of the option to choose. Niggas, 9 times out of 10, she gonna choose. Just don't rob her of the option.
Exactly.
Give her everything on the table and let her make the choice.
It's disrespect to taking away choice.
That's the point. Yeah, she dribbles. She can't get mad at what the game is.
And you know what? The truth is, men are like that, like arrogance, like that, like insecurity and arrogance is like playing off of itself simultaneously.
Mhm.
Like, what would make you think I would want to make you my man? Who do you think you are that you would qualify for that? Would you still go with your mother? Are you insane? Like, I'm just saying, like, when you get to a certain age, like, you've like created certain assets for yourself.
Mhm.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, you was born in my car. You think I want you to be my boyfriend? Are you crazy? Is that what you think this is?
I got no soda right there.
I'm saying, like, I think there needs to be some honesty. Like, there needs to be some honest conversation that occurs here. Like, honestly, because there is, to me, like, this conversation where, like, men just assume that, like, oh, I don't want anything serious. However, both of you mention it at all. And so I do.
Is why patriarchy is really.
That's why I don't- yeah, I
And
don't
just have a conversation.
It's just
You can just let me tell you what I want.
Yeah,
Just tell me what you want, and then we can converse and figure out how to, how to create middle ground. And if there is nothing, you've given me the respect of giving me choice.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And I can't ever be mad at the guy. Like, there's never been a guy. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Like, as a woman, like, if I'm in a space where I'm looking for something serious, and he's made it very clear that he's not in that space, I'm immediately walking away.
Thank you.
So we're not doing this whole, like, hoping you could change him and think you won't change his mind, or maybe, like, you're settling for the friend role, not necessarily because you think you're going to change him, but in the event that, like, something happened, he's ready later on. You don't want to throw it all away.
Right,
Let me tell you, sweetheart, throw that shit away. Like, immediately. The day he tell you that, throw that shit in the garbage. Like, if a nigga tell you he don't want nothing serious, and he don't want nothing serious, you should absolutely 100% believe him. And if you can't, like, do the buddy thing, you need to get up out of there. Because all you're going to do
And that's- boy,
open yourself up and get yourself
that
out.
buddy
Like,
part.
And what you
That's
get
you
yourself
settle for that.
you
How
get
long do you
yourself
think
in advance thinking that something's going to change down the line.
hoping something's going to change down the line?
It's not time to change.
It's not. And the reality of it is this, too. Women look at that like men are the problem. Right? When your delusion has warped you. The reality of it is this. Just like you may not like the fact that he was honest about the fact that he didn't want anything with you, but was brother enough to tell you that, and you like somehow tricked yourself into believing, like, oh, this is a good idea. I should enter into the situation with this nigga that don't want me.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing. Were you honest with him about the fact that, like, you're hoping that at some point you can change his mind? You're hoping that at some, like, did you tell him the truth, right? Or did you pretend to do this friend thing for a year, 2 years, 3 years, only to realize that, like, you've now inadvertently made yourself potentially his fuck buddy?
Now, see, now,
Or
let
me finish.
Yeah, yeah.
because this is my big issue with the whole thing. I think so often, like, women blame men like he wasn't honest when really you were the one that wasn't honest.
Mhm.
You went out here pretending to be this man's friend, and now, like, he's potentially met somebody else, and he falling in love, and he happy, and now he engaged, and now he get married. You happy for him? Or you was pretending to be his friend this whole time, and now he found what he was looking for out here. It just didn't happen to be you. You acting like an asshole.
Mm.
I think women gotta be 100% honest too. You want the truth from these niggas, but you won't be honest with these niggas. You knew you didn't want to be that nigga buddy. You knew that. When? You knew you didn't want to be that nigga friend, and now you put you in the friend zone successfully, and they found what he was looking for. Now you mad at this nigga. I've been all rude and all nasty. He tried to figure out what he did. What's wrong? You was lying this whole fucking time.
The attitudes change as soon as you start telling your stories. So when we in this friend zone, he be like, man, shit, I was showing, man, you think about that? Yeah. So I put my phone on her butt, right? She started, now when you start getting there, now they go, oh, you did what? What? Okay, you her boy? No, nigga, you just got to start a whole. I felt it. I saw that whole thing change. You're not my friend.
Like, listen, like, as a woman who, like, consummate tomboy, right? I do have, like, a lot of male friends, but truly, I'm a woman who believes in you need girlfriends. There are just things you go through that men don't understand. And, like, I do not date my friends.
Right.
Period. The only reason that these men are my friends is because there's never been a romantic component.
Right.
If at any point we even thought there was a vibe, that's not really my man like that no more. It changes things.
Respect.
That's just for me.
Yeah, that's respect. That's respect. That's respect.
I'm not lying. I don't want to lie to you.
Right.
Because there's a good possibility that, like, if I, like, liked that friend at some point, that maybe I was holding on to that for a little longer than I said. This is what I'm saying. I'm not doing shit in my 30s. Like, dummy, I'm not doing this now. The only way you know this is you fuck up a little bit in your teens. Like, you know, you like this guy, like you buddies with this guy, like you hoping like he'll see you.
Yeah.
He won't.
Oh yeah, that's the long game.
Yeah,
Playing
the long game is
Yeah,
crazy.
no.
I think the long game works on women sometimes. You might be,
It do.
you can
It
wear
do.
it down until she get lonely.
Oh Jesus Christ. Yeah, that works.
There's a lot of hoes right now married to
No, let me know.
a lot of women right now married to the longest standing nigga. Like he was just the one that was
We
left.
just went at the same time. And
He was like, because I think a lot of women have a
Yeah, I'm
guy
saying,
who
but-
like always is like in pocket.
But I think the problem, it's not even the problem. I think that situation get tight like that because the intentions, every intention, bro. I'm from
Intention
Kansas.
are important.
I am here to fold you up like Oregon. You understand me? This is what I want to do. Okay, airplane. Fly your ass over there.
You know what? I'm gonna say for the record, right? Because I did watch a stand up last night. There's a lot of showing off going on the left side of this room for a nigga who's talking about how embarrassed he is about how much he sweats as old man trying to have sex. So I think like I'm really paying attention here.
It's only entertainment though.
But like comedians are the most honest people in the world. Comedians don't really be joking. They're just laughing at it.
If I water by shot, please not there.
Banana.
I'm just saying. Niggas told you I was like, hey, they like talking about money. Like, you ain't shit like
Man, just be product of the food. A strong 10 minutes. Good 10 minutes. Your ass is not. Your ass is not. Your ass is not. I understand. You see the work.
She in the corner of the bed sleep.
You don't look like Ricky in the alley after you got shot. I ain't doing the job. That's the era of fucking I came in, bro. You get to put it to sleep. Now they want to go around. I'm tired. Let me get this Gatorade. What's the shit? That's when I get all that. I mean, you get like, you bet. Yeah, that's right. Good. But
that is it.
outside, it is what it is. The work is put in. Now, get this ego part aside. You know what I'm saying? You get that part out the way. But see, I lost track of thought. I had some good. So, she put me off on that one. I was starting to say, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. This sweat coming all right dedication. That's it. I like really wrong.
I think that for guys, especially about the honesty part. And I all these quotes somewhere, and I was like, damn, that shit is 100% true. Men have the best intentions for you, ladies, and he still won't fuck.
Goddamn, you know that. Website, nailed it. That's right on.
That's
I really like y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like you really just love at first sight. You know what I'm saying? It's like love at first conversation.
And he really wants to be there, care for you, be by your side. If you need someone to talk to, call me. If you need somebody to pull up because you got a flat tire, I'm
this
there.
exact conversation is why women should never be moved by men wanting to sleep with them. I say that all the time. Like you shouldn't care. Like you gassing yourself because like a nigga want to be like it's crazy because like honestly niggas will fuck a bed bug if you let them. So like this concept of like I'm just saying like there are you know as well as I do that there are men who like have drinks that they ashamed of. They would never tell nobody they hit this drink. Like it's embarrassing. Like niggas, they men to see this joint out and was going on. But he hit that joint and he went no condom either. So you not both know. You see this reaction right here? Thank you. Thank you. That's what I do. Don't get up here playing with me, man. The point is so as a result of the fact that niggas got just about anything, it was the truth. But this way here today, it's fucking easy. But you both know that niggas got some shameful ones on that roster.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Now we get into the individualization of, but in general, men smash anything. But the caveat is, how much do you value yourself, player?
Now, that's the real question. And that's what circle back. Full circle.
Because that's what you tell women to be. That's what the guardrail is for women.
Yeah.
Is that if you sleep with a lot of niggas, you're less valuable. That's the guardrail.
No, I don't think that at
No,
all.
I think that they're individuals who don't think that, but we know collectively that's the thought process. Don't play this game.
I'm not playing the game.
Don't just because you think it's the world thinks
No,
it's the
I'm
world.
trying. I'm fighting.
That's moving into a strand of
No, you're right. You're right. You're 100% right on that part. I had to check myself. Like, nobody think like me on that
It is
point.
definitely.
I got a different
We're not saying
process.
I 100% believe that you think that way.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is collectively, you know that that's not how. If I said I had 100 bodies on me,
Right.
there's no way I'm getting no respect after that.
Yeah.
Because I got multiple niggas with 100 bodies.
Yeah, I look at you like, oh, she know what she's doing. I'm looking at I'm looking at it the wrong way. I always look at
So you think that's the wrong way to look at it? Like,
no, I look at it in the sense
that's
of
the kind of way to look
I
at
look
it.
at it like it's like a job interview or a job resume. Like you don't want nobody with no good references or experiences on your job resume at all. You read that resume, see how long they've been doing this. One. So if you got 100 bodies, first of all, I'm not even going to ask that fucking question.
Yeah, that
Because
ain't
to me, my process. If a nigga got to ask a woman her body count, you don't know how to fuck.
pretty much.
You are worried about how much dick she had to know whether your dick is good or not. You're comparing. Just going in with confidence. Like I give you all these premium pumps with my premium meats, and hopefully it hit the box and what you're supposed to want in your world of sex or whatever. But when niggas ask that question, the first thing I go, y'all not fuck. That's literally how I think.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what.
Why you being so damn nosy?
Yeah, that part, like let them read.
That ain't none of your business. You with her now.
That ain't the first thing she's. Like ain't the last one. She was
honestly, like, this is what I'm saying. Like, these are all like people's insecurities.
Yeah.
You are insecure about yourself.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about being a woman, right? You are very vulnerable to this man, especially like if you believe in the concept of like submission and all that, because you know that you're not submitting to him, you submit to the power within him. And so like women tend to like love very hard, right? So let's say that happens, you love hard, and now this guy is like ripping you apart with like all the things you should be doing, right, and all the things you ain't doing, and like because you decided to submit to this, right? You might have married this, right? So, but you married this person who doesn't really like fully love themselves, and you didn't hang around long enough as a friend to figure out whether or not like that was an option, right? So, like this is what I'm saying. For me, like I think that your partner really should kind of be like one of your best friends. I truly believe that, and I think like the quality time that needs to be spent to like really get to know a person and to really like become friends before you move into something that's imperative. But I think as a woman, like you just need to be on the same page with the guy. But you can't be on this page of like I want us to be best friends, but also I'm interested in moving into something else. Like I want to see what the possibilities are, and then he tell me, "No, I don't want nothing serious. I just want to be friends." And you act like it's his fault. So like if he told you what it was from the beginning, and like you had made your peace with that and decided to stay in that situation, then that's not with him. And I think that happens often. But also too, I think on the other side of that, I think that there are men who like will tell you that they don't want anything serious. And you're like, okay, and then you never call them again, and all of a sudden they call me and text me all the time. It's like, no, like why are you still reaching out to me? I don't understand what's happening here. Like you said you didn't want anything serious.
Because maybe lying to them. So you need love too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and honestly, that reality where women get so messed up. Like, actually do want something, but they want you to chase them. But like,
okay, let's talk about that. Not say that so much like, oh, they want to be chased. No. Let's go back to what you said earlier. Reciprocity. Yeah, that's what it is. That's it. Everything's transactional. The internet domain dating transaction as a motherfucker. So it's like, look, I'm doing all this shit for you. What you doing for me? Suck my dick? Okay, let's.
I don't think you should be asking for nothing you can't provide.
I can provide some extra things. You know what I'm saying? If I'm over here providing this nigga, I need that too.
I don't think women should be asking for stuff she can't provide for herself. Like you want Chanel back from this nigga, but can you afford Chanel? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's reasonable. And that's like what a lot of men like feel, and I agree with that. Like, I don't think you should be asking this nigga for stuff you can't provide for yourself. However, if I'm able to provide these things for myself, and this is how I was living before you got here, I'm not about to let you down because you broke and cute.
Oh, and then niggas, this is your part where you have to look in the mirror and be like, is this somebody I can really deal with?
There it is.
You feel what I'm saying? I done
Niggas be dead. They fall out, they leave.
So far, bro.
And I get it, the excitement of having like Bernice Burgos, like sunny your dick every night. Like that's gotta be
That's
incredible.
nothing like fucking your first baddie.
Yeah.
You get your first baddie, that's when you do that now. So why?
That makes sense.
I know why when you start getting used to baddies, then now you wear. I'm at with us, none of that shit matters. None of that shit. When I say none of that shit matters, We don't want none of it. And I'm still trying to figure out when that transition happened. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad it happened because it gives myself way more discipline than the last time, which goes back to the top of what we were saying at the beginning of this. Discipline for men is very key. You know what I'm saying? I got more female friends now just because I actually listen instead of trying to just get right and actually listen. She say, if you do this and you fuck me, I might go skate the car and do all. If she give you all these red flags on the break, you gotta look past the ass, the smell, whatever else. Like, yeah, no,
ladies too.
No, I can't do this. And the same with the ladies. Like, nigga, we don't
need that shit. Come on.
What makes you think?
Come on, Bookie, but you know that shit. Like,
do this.
You know, that nigga been borrowing your car since you started talking to this nigga. You know that nigga went home.
What was the last time?
That's been my bag. Been at your house 9 months. He did it. He attended. He got 10 strikes. And if he had 10 strikes, he been at your house. So you could put this nigga out if you wanted to. But you knew this just wasn't right from the beginning.
She rolled the 10 strikes.
I'm saying. I've seen this happen. Like, I'm telling you, like, as somebody who owns an apartment building, listen to me. If that nigga's in your house for longer than 30 days, he's a tenant. And sometimes, sweetheart, he won't want some days ahead, got some air conditioning. After you outside, beating shit down on your watch.
Hey, hold on for a minute. Make sure your name on the lease. Make sure your name on the lease if you're in these type of situations.
Let me tell you something. Don't let that shit quit. Name on that lease.
If I get it together, go in there, hold hands. You get her pay stuff and your pay stuff, you put the most together. But you can't glitch out that bitch.
Let me tell you something. Put a lawyer on retainer. Science and Kirk joints, you know how that civil suits are part of that. Everybody. Nigga play with you like I got a counter suit for
Everybody go get therapy.
Everybody get therapy. So you can stop being a homosexual who only loves you so you have someplace to live. Go to therapy so you can stop blaming this man for the issue that you got with your father who you don't talk to no more, or that uncle who did something to you, or that brother who was supposed to show up but didn't. Get therapy. Every black person needs to go to therapy. The thing that we go through in our communities create a PTSD within us.
That should be a part of our reparation.
That should be part of our reparation package. That should be in our school system. It's like legitimate counselors and therapists who have children, like who have childhood experience, child psychology based experience, and also have experience with children who are fighting against PTSD. Because we experience that all the time in our community. Things that we go through are not normal. And I feel like as a whole, the world is seeing that right
now. It's in our genetics.
They're like kind of middle. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like 50 and I get ready, like pop each other, like it's so much shit going on in the world, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you need to know yourself, you need to know God, or whatever higher power it is that you believe. You need to believe in something. I'm gonna say that. Whatever you choose to believe in is I'm good, whatever. Like we know, like our resident co-host, shout out to Chaz, who's working today. Like, you know, Chaz is in the Nation of Islam. I'm a Christian. We'll come on the show. We don't care what you believe in, as long as you believe in loving and respecting other people. But at the end of the day, like, this is the time, like, more than anything, you need to believe in something.
Absolutely. Excuse me one second. This is my son. Real quick.
No, you got it. We're wrapping up anyway. That's perfect timing. Let's get out of here for the day. Of course, I'm your host. Abby was here. Make sure y'all come out to the live show on Sunday, March the 15th. We have a host of panelists out there. 4 panelists in Ken Sandy, Ejan Baptiste, Don Rico, and then Prince Hall from Community Love Hub. So live show March 15th. If you haven't got your RSVP, come talk to me personally. We might be able to work something out. Abby was here. You weren't there. Follow us on IG and TikTok. So.
Sing Stuff on all social media platforms. www.singstuff.info. I'm around, man. Check me out.
All right, and then Dwayne, look at that right there. Dwayne Watts. Instagram Watts Comedy, all one word. Facebook Dwayne Watts. If you're not doing nothing tonight, come down District E right there. Arena, 8:15, 8:30 when the show gonna start. Free show. Come through, get your giggles in, man. I'm gonna do that for you. Also, if you want to see any of my work, you can go on what's it called? No, not that one, because I dropped a comedy album back in 2022. So it's all, in fact, yes, Watts So Funny is on all streaming platforms right now. So you look at that, that's in there. And then my comedy specials on YouTube, Dwayne Watts Live at the Comedy Law. Did some big numbers. And it's funny. It's funny. Especially for somebody that don't nobody know yet, but y'all about to.
Yes, sir.
Fact like that. You know what
Yeah, we're gonna count that done. And of course, I'm your host. We love to see you guys here. We appreciate you. Make sure y'all come out on the 15th. That's next week. So no show in the studio, but we will be out at 381 Moore Street, Northeast. It's gonna be amazing. Bartender, open bar. Come have a drink on me. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. See you soon.